Force 99.
This is Wrecker, Hunter, Echo, Tech, and Crosshair.
Obviously, we are different.
We're all you're getting. Ha! We're all you need!
They call themselves the Bad Batch. Experimental Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with desirable mutations.
This is one meeting I don't want to miss.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Batch Podcast, episode 92. My name is Stevie Kicks, and I am one of your hosts today. And of course, with us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your space daddies. First up, he's on the road again and in pitch black. It's Brian Cook. How are you, man?
Heyo! Just been driving for 9 hours in 2 different stints. And I literally just rolled up to my house and I'm dealing with dogs that need to go outside. And my wife, Tori, has a flat tire in Charlotte. My wife! So yeah, but I'm here. I'm gonna chit chat with you guys for as long as I can here, unless some other chaotic event happens.
Just pay attention to the road.
No, I'm home. I literally just.
Oh, good for you. Sorry,
I
was reading the chat while you were.
Yes, so there's
explaining
nothing to see
everything.
video-wise because it's pitch black, and yeah, I'm here.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for making it. I know it's been a wild ride for you today. If you need to, step out or transfer over or do whatever you need to do, man, just
Do it. Yeah.
Be in charge of my mute button because it's going to be hard for me to maintain that.
Right on.
Okay.
Next up, specialty costume manufacturer and painter, Alpha Ignition himself, John Rodriguez. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, man. Thank you for asking.
Good.
How's your week been?
Busy. I've been working. Yeah.
Busy's good.
And the weekend was busy too. I'll talk. I mean, I've been working background stuff. You guys all know that on this show. That's not something I would usually watch, but it's gonna be interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing it later.
Question for you: when you're working background stuff. Oh, did my mic? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
When you're working background stuff, like obviously if you're working background for Star Wars or something, like there's NDAs involved, you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
But when you're working background for just like a procedural show like NCIS or something, do those still have like the same NDAs or?
So I think specifically speaking about Star Wars, I think you have to be careful because it's something that we already do. So we're on the radar, sort of, like for example, hypothetically, if I did a Star Wars show, and then I posted, "Hey guys, I was on a Star Wars show," like Star Wars might see it. But hypothetically, if I do like a Bosch Legacy or something like that, and I post, "Yo, I was on Bosch Legacy," I don't think they're gonna go after me because I'm not into like the world of Bosch Legacy, or what I'm not into being a detective or whatever, So just because we are specifically in that niche, I think it would be a bad call to do it. Yeah. But if it was something like a Bosch Legacy, I don't think it would be a problem.
Okay, so I shouldn't talk about our time on Kenobi season 2.
Well, that's on you. I am not your lawyer. And I am not your legal.
This is not financial. This is not financial advice.
Legal advice. Yeah.
I plead the fifth.
You do you. I personally, depending on what you sign, I don't know. Yeah, depends. I'm going to talk about what I did once it's out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Until then, yeah.
Dude, I had a pretty good week with. Speaking of financial advice, I had a pretty good week with GME and AMC. All my old stonks from like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I've been sitting on it because I lost so much money. Like it would be stupid to sell it, and then all of a sudden it just shot all back up. So I'm doing pretty good.
Nice.
I'm gonna sit on it again until it goes back down. I think that's what you're supposed to do. And then, right? That's how stocks work.
No,
Sell them while they're high. Yeah, sell them now. If they're super high, sell them.
If you, I mean, technically,
Unless
it's like
they
if it
get
goes up 15%, then you sell it no matter what, right? It might go like 1,000%, but as long as you do
This
the
is not-
15%
got out
increment,
positive. Yeah.
just always end up on top and trying to, it's hard to
This
do.
is not
because
this is not financial advice.
None of it is. Nope.
None of it is. No.
Well, I mean, if I ever do need fiduciary advice, I will go to the super glue and accelerant of our little squad, Joe Lara. How are you, man?
Hey,
You're my new fiduciary guy.
how'd you guys celebrate Mother's Day?
Douche.
Fiducing?
Fid-
Fiduciary?
Oh yeah, Mama's Day.
Almost hit
Mama's
water.
Day,
Day.
dude. Mama's Day was
Mama's
Sunday.
Day.
All the mamas.
Yeah. Happy Mama's Day.
Mama.
Late Mama's Day to all the mamas out there.
Mama, don't you
We
know
did
I
we did Mother's Day
love
weekend.
you? Oh, so it started
Yeah.
Saturday for you all?
Started Friday.
Oh,
Started
dang.
Friday,
Oh,
Saturday,
because
and
Latina, dude,
Long
it's
They celebrate early, eh?
They celebrate on Friday, Holmes.
They get home and it's a celebration, homie.
It's for the mothers.
Una micheladas, hom-
I won't be doing that, but you two are more than welcome.
Anyway, I just celebrate the weekend. Like that's a weekend, dude. That's a lot of activities for you to put on for her, right?
Mm.
That's Brian. He's fishing at night.
It was it was nonstop for me. We just did a lot of small things, and the boys, the gifts from the boys.
Do they make
Turned out-
things? They make like crafts
Yeah.
and stuff and cards. That's like the best stuff, man.
I think the go-to thing that they do now in school is like the glazed tile with the
Yep.
kid's photo on it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Glazed tile that
Probably.
you'll accidentally drop and crack and oops.
We'll probably refinish like the bathroom counters with that like 20 years from now.
Nice.
Just have a bunch of tiles there. Oh, that's all we did. Oh, we went to Pabu. We did Pabu.
Can't
Mother's
go
Day
wrong with
Pabu.
Pablo.
Choice.
What'd you guys do?
John scored a goal, dude, and he looked at his wife while he scored the goal.
Bro, I
He wa-
scored the goal of my life. I've
So
never scored a
explain
goal
it.
this way.
Explain
mean,
it like a sports thing.
It's gonna be hard to explain. Oh, no, I guess not. Whatever. So the half line, so the half field. So imagine being 3 or 4 steps further towards the goal.
Mhm.
And I happened to get the ball, and I was kind of open, and I was looking around, and there was no one kind of open, and I was like, should I shoot? I'm like, damn, I shouldn't shoot. And I was, you know what, I'm gonna shoot. So and there was a dude running after me from behind. So like, he's behind you, whatever. So I just set it up and took a hard shot, and it was the kind of shot where the ball kind of does like a movement
The
thing as
wobble?
it's going fast. Yeah. And the guy got to it. The goalie got to it, but it was going so fast that it
It took
past
off
him.
his hand like crosshair.
Yeah, his arms ripped off completely
Dude.
with the ball in his hand, and they went in the goal. No.
That
Minus
is-
his arms ripping off. It did go past his hands. He was like, ugh! And I've never seen. And this guy's really good. He's a really good goalkeeper. And it's a running, not a joke, but it's a running thing that we can't really score on the guy because he's so good.
But you had that
and-
spin. Was it a spin that you put?
No, it
Or,
wasn't
like, how do you-
spinning. It was kind of like a rocket. Just imagine a rocket shot, like someone shooting a really hard shot.
basically SpaceX.
And it was
on
like
a
something
soccer
you
pitch.
might see on TV. Like that's how serious it was. And
That's
then
awesome.
and we also have a running joke with my wife because every time she comes to a game, I don't score. But if she happens to not come, I do score. So it was kind of like, don't come.
Did you
wait.
look at her as you kicked though?
It was
That-
as they got there. So it was like
Okay.
Mother's Day. So I scored, and they didn't get me doing the goal, but after I was like pointing at them, and it was like, "There's your Mother's Day gift." Obviously, I got something else. It was-
I made that for you.
I'm like, boom, that's for you. And then it was just funny. It was a
Yeah.
good moment. Yeah.
Careful, John. That's how people get pregnant.
And then we had an asado. When we had an asado, we
It's a
had
wobble
meat.
ball.
My mom
Just
and my
one
grandma
wobbly
came
ball.
with Nada and her sisters in town, and with Amy, we were all hanging out. We all ate asado.
Mom's Day.
Yeah. And then that was it. Nice chill day. All the good stuff.
Well, you guys remember my story about what I do for Kim's Mother's Day morning? I made her chili in
Chili.
bed.
Made her a big
Yeah.
big tub of chili, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Well, last year wasn't last year lobster in bed?
It's always lobster, but it
Lobster
turned into
chili.
chili because Brian said on episode 47 or whatever,
oh my god.
"Well, I like chili, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean I want it in bed."
It's well known that
Yep.
Tech loves
Mm.
serving chili to his wife in bed. That's
If
normal.
you stay at his house, he serves it.
He said it
That's-
many times. Yeah.
Dude,
That's one of the
Brian-
recipes, though, right? In the Dad Batch cookbook, the
When Brian
crosshair
stayed-
cooking with crosshair.
When Brian
lobster
stayed
chili.
over, as soon as he opened his eyes in bed,
Yeah.
I had a spoon of chili right in his mouth. Just
I was awoken to the smell of fresh chili.
It was a spoon right in front of his face as he woke
Yep.
up.
Yep,
And then as
right
soon as he
there.
opened his mouth, blah, just shoving that. chili.
Joe, is it Texas chili or is it like
It's not chili at all.
I don't know?
I made Kim lobster tails for breakfast.
Nice.
For breakfast
Yeah,
with the butter sauce. and
once a
stuff?
year. Oh yeah, once a year.
That's delicious.
Yep.
In bed
In
with a
bed,
side of chili.
no chili,
Ah,
no
One day.
chili.
one day. I'm gonna
No.
DM her later.
I
Be like, no chili.
Chili dogs.
No chili dog.
Sorry.
Chili taste.
chili
May.
dogs.
Chili
That's-
dogs. Yes to
this is
chili
going-
dogs.
This is going
Chili
sideways.
dogs. That's more handy.
Shout out to all you moms out there.
Shout out to
the
all the moms.
chili mom.
How did Tori celebrate, Brian?
Let's see. Slept in.
Hmm.
I made some breakfast. I made some little omelets and some biscuits, and then when the teenager woke up at teenager
Noon.
time, 11:30.
Wow. I remember that.
I had
Remember those?
I remember
took,
that.
I went through. This took me hours, but I went through photos I had of the two of them, mom and daughter, like through the years from baby all the way to now, because Levi's about to go to college, so it's kind of an emotional time around our household. So I went through and took all these pictures from baby to now of the two of them together, and did like a Shutterfly book, which was super cool. And
So you wanted to make her cry.
Yeah, that's instant
Yeah.
tears right there, man.
yeah, mission accomplished. So it was shout out to Raimi, who's in the chat.
Shout out to the moms who put
Why
up
is
with
he not
these
on
guys
the
every
pod?
day of the week.
Oh
He's
yeah,
busy.
I guess we should probably discuss that, right?
If he's in the
Raimi's
Raimi's
chat,
not here. Raimi's
He's
not here.
he's
on
on special
mission?
assignment for the Empire this evening.
For the Empire.
I think that's all we can say because I think the rest of it is NDA.
Classified.
Pretty much.
I'm sure
it.
he'll report back when he's able to.
Yeah. So did that, and then went out on the boat. Went and hung out with some neighbors. Tori hung out with a bunch of other moms, neighborhood moms, and went out on the boat for a little bit. Jumped in the water. It was like a beautiful day.
what's the
So,
temperature out there now this time of year?
we're getting into the 80s now. So and it's been rainy. So when the sun's out on a weekend, it's like
Sun's out, guns out.
Guns
yep,
out.
guns out. So
Nice.
yeah, that was nice. It was a nice day. So yeah, we're hitting the good time now. So summertime is here, which means I'm working like crazy. So I will be driving for the next month.
Work is
Working
good.
all week. Did you have time to watch Shogun?
Shogun,
Yeah,
it's over.
I know, but you finished the series?
Yeah, I
haven't
finished it.
I got 4 more episodes. I haven't
I
finished.
finished it. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it on Disney Plus? Did we talk about this?
Yeah,
It's
It
on-
is on Disney Plus.
I need
Yeah.
to check.
It's Hulu, but it's on. They show it on Disney Plus. Which shout out to Disney. They've been putting all kinds of their properties from other channels or networks or whatever you want.
You know what the number one streaming show on Disney is?
The
Jokes.
Mandalorian.
It's got to be Bluey.
It's Bluey
Yeah.
by a
Never seen it.
landslide. Like
Never
like
seen it.
it doesn't matter how much Star Wars money budget, doesn't matter. A freaking cartoon Bluey
Never
has
seen it.
more viewers, more streaming.
Never seen it.
Yeah, because you don't have little babies. That's why little kiddos.
You don't need to. It's a good show. You can.
We
watch
watched
yourself.
it. We watched it, but we're not like
Some people are
Tyler and
possessed.
Ashley, you know, like where they're like
That's
buying
right,
merch
yeah.
for themselves. Yeah.
Is that like
Well-
a Blue's Clues kind of? It's not. It's not. It's totally different.
No,
right?
no. It's just a cartoon of a dog family, and there's like undertones for adults and stuff, and like there's
Amy
a
watch it?
There's a message for everyone. We did watch it. We watched all of it, but it's not like a repeat thing for her. She just
It's
went up
one and
moved on
done.
to something else. Sometimes she repeats stuff, but I think it's on Disney. So, and we're always on Netflix for her. So it's
What's
kinda,
her show right now? Does she have a show like that's
Um,
like her jam?
Jedi Tale. A Jedi. Young
we,
Jedi.
We did Young Jedi Adventures. We did it a couple times because I'm trying to like fuck, like put, but she's got some go-tos,
Yeah.
got some go-tos.
Unicorns. Anything with unicorns.
With all the Little Pony stuff, Masha and the Bear. Just I can't even think about. They're all on the list downstairs. If I just look at like recently watched or something, there's a billion of them.
Dude, if you guys haven't started Formula One Drive to Survive on Netflix, I talked about this, I think last week or the week before, but BK mentioned it to me like a couple months ago. I'm absolutely hooked on this show.
Yeah, that was out
I'm
a while
watching-
ago.
dude.
saying.
Well, this show's been on Netflix for 6 years, and I'm just now catching on.
Yeah.
And it's like
Where you been?
so good. I can't. It's so good that I'm like actively trying to find a Formula One race that I can go to in the United States. That's not gonna cost me like
Vegas, right?
6 months mortgage.
Or Long
Yeah, that's not
It's going to
happening.
cost you a lot of money, dude. Vegas is
Long Beach?
crazy expensive,
Yeah.
Vegas is sold out,
and it's expensive as
They don't
heck.
do
and
Long
it's,
Beach?
and it's Vegas. No,
Long
they
Beach.
do Austin, Texas. They do
Long
Vegas
Beach is
now,
different. Long Beach is
and
different.
then
Something
and then
else.
they do Miami. There's one in Miami.
Yeah. Long Beach Grand Prix is a different kind of car, John.
Oh,
those are
that's it. Grand
expensive,
Prix,
dude.
Grand
Yeah,
Prix,
yeah.
not F1.
I would do Texas. I would do Texas.
You know what's in Texas?
Yeah, yeah.
This ain't Texas.
Howdy, partners.
I would
can't
go to Texas for the chili and the racing.
For the chili.
Barbecue.
For the BBQ, homie.
Dude, everything's free out there. Just telling you.
John, did you watch anything this week?
Oh, I've been watching X-Men, at least catching up. I know they just had a finale.
Finale's today.
Yeah, it was out today. Today, as you read it or listen to it, you'll be hearing this on a Friday, but on Thursday it came out.
Dude.
And
So good.
it's so good. It's much better than the old show was, just because of the advance in animation. The stories are so compelling, and it gives a lot of depth to the characters that you see things happen to. I won't.
I feel like when they made this show, they knew going into it that it wasn't going to be for kids. Like
There's
'cause,
heavy
I mean,
moments. Yeah.
they're even saying that it's X-Men, like the name of the show is X-Men 97, like implying that while it's not required material to have seen the first 5 seasons, it's for the people who grew up watching those first 5 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
who are now in their 30s, 40s, whatever.
Our
I'm
generation.
having a hard time getting into it.
Because you have to have. I think you need a little bit of the nostalgia effect
But
to
I-
get you
which-
into it, because
yeah,
it's
I
just
don't-
an X-Men cartoon.
I think
you know?
maybe because I feel like maybe because I grew up watching that stuff, and then now it's like I'm hooked on the MCU and just like the real world.
No, yeah.
Do you know
But
what I'm
it's watching
saying?
the Clone
Like-
Wars, it's or like watching the Bad Batch as an animated version of what you're talking about.
100%. Like it's like I'm on like level 10 now, so it's hard for me to like get engulfed in level
Well,
1.
Let's kick it down
know?
a notch, buddy.
I
I don't know.
okay,
Well,
Mr.
I
Marvel.
have-
Mr.
I have a
Lambton
hard
over
time-
here.
Just
have a hard-
downshift. Just downshift.
hard time
Just-
paying attention. I
just
have a hard
bring it
time paying
down.
attention.
I would say my only critique of the new series is that, or the new series is that they do try and fit in a lot of the, like they'll take a comic arc or a comic series that came out in, like, let's say over 12 issues for a year and a half, and they'll condense it into a 23-minute show. So that's my only like nitpick about it, is that I feel like there's a story with Storm and Forge, and the romance that they
I
have.
like that. I like that.
Dude, that was a long arc in the
But
comics.
that's a nice little addition to what people might not be aware of. You know.
Listen, they got me hooked on the top shelf whiskey. You know what I mean? It's hard to go back to Jack Daniels when you've been
But
drinking Balco.
No,
you know
dude,
what I mean?
that's you don't
You know what
understand.
I'm saying?
This is the select
I'm saying?
stuff.
You
This
know
is
what
the
I'm
saying?
private,
This is-
the private reserve. You don't
Mm.
understand. This is
Doesn't
better
ta- it
than
doesn't
anything
taste
you've
like
seen.
it.
Well,
doesn't
because
taste
you
like
haven't
it.
had, maybe you didn't drink it right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's actually pretty good. Touche.
All
That's
right,
pretty good.
all right. I mean,
All right, well,
mean-
let's get into it, guys. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you'd like to show your support for the show, pick up your brand new Space Daddy and Space Mom Echo shirts and stickers at thedadbatch.com. Your support directly goes to making this show that you're listening to right here possible.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the weekly workbench. All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
I was going to mention this earlier when we were talking about the intros, but I had my first casting class on Saturday, the 11th. So this last Saturday.
Yay!
No,
Nice,
no,
dude.
not necessarily me, but everyone that went. It was 5 people, which was a full class in my book. But they all did really well. They all they all had A's that came out of the mold when they were done, and they all had a shoulder to take home to show whoever or to use, which I think is cool.
Everyone had an A pull.
Yeah, all of them. As
Can
far
you-
as I'm
what is
concerned,
what is it? Can you describe what an A pull
yeah,
is?
sorry. So an A pull would be like a perfect to near perfect pull, in my opinion, at least, because on the outside of the shoulder, it's a perfectly smooth surface. So there's no issues at all. And on the inside, I'd say 3 out of the 5 had it perfect on the inside. It was completely smooth. A couple had a little bit of resin more on one side than the other, which is not even a big deal. Most cosplayers, you put the Velcro on and you slap it on, and there's no issue there. It's not like a defect, and whatever. It was fine. They all did great. And I have another class that's happening this coming Saturday. So if you hear this tomorrow on Friday and you're looking for something to do on a Saturday, hit me up. We could talk
That's
about
awesome.
it. Yeah, and it's fun, and you learn a new skill.
And you could be a complete novice, right? You don't have to have any experience. Right?
None of the people that came on Saturday knew what they were doing. No one.
But they walked away knowing how to cast
They all did perfect.
a high grade piece of
Yeah.
armor.
You
That's-
should teach the next class. I think you should show up in a smoking jacket and
There we
like
go.
an ascot and like a pipe
Just be like, yeah,
and
sure.
glasses and be like,
and a monocle.
listen here.
Oh, I see.
I
Okay,
am teaching
Hey,
you
listen,
class.
that's what's been
Hey.
listening.
Step right up and make a shoulder bell.
You will
He's a
refer
gangster
to
now
me-
all of a sudden.
You will
1920s.
refer
Yeah,
to me
see?
Oh.
as High Magistrate John.
I just
You
put
will
C at the end of
refer
it.
to me.
And everything in C. Listen, Shay, we're gonna cast some rubber. Say,
Yeah, and I had to be really clear because some people were like, "Oh, what can I bring to cast?" I'm like, "No, you're thinking of molding, and that's not what this is. Molding is where you have an object and you put silicone over that, and when that's done curing, you pop it out. Just speaking, in quick terms, but you pop it out, and that's the thing that you cast in. And what you do is you pull the cast out of that. So it's a mold and a cast. And mine is to learn how to do it with, how to slush cast, how to cast with your hands, basically handmade
Nice.
things. Yeah.
Dude, that's it's a master class. If they're pulling A's, that means you taught it at a high
they
level.
did. Well, I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't difficult. It wasn't
I was going to say
difficult.
that.
John, you
Yeah.
can say that all you want, but if the student walks away doing something at a high level, that is
Yeah.
clear reflection.
They all did well. I
of
mean,
your
no,
ability.
and it wasn't. It was something that, not to knock anyone, but it was the simplest thing I could find to do, which I mess up on still. Everyone messes up a little bit, but they all nailed it. They all got it. Like all of them got it perfect.
Good job.
And we got. I think the Scum and Villainy social media team has a photo of everyone holding their shoulder up, and I'm sure they'll post it at some point. I should ask for that photo actually.
That's an awesome thing. Master class.
Master class.
Better than a master debater. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Cunning linguist. Yes.
Yeah.
I think Raimi was there recording.
He was.
So we're going to have footage of that.
There will be
on YouTube
footage.
soon.
There is footage. And other than that, I've been working on the Helldiver stuff. I don't know if you can see it behind me for the people that are watching the video. That armor is all impact resistant, basically rubber. It's not rubber, it's urethane resin, but it's
I
basically
appreciate
rubber.
that you've been throwing it in your videos, because anytime anyone has rubber armor, I'm like, throw it.
I
And
throw
you
mine.
Just do it.
It's
Throw it.
mandatory, yeah. At least one, yeah. The knees were no problem, and the shoulders, it's all fine. You can throw all of it, but I didn't want to throw everything. But yeah, other than that, that's it. That's all.
That's awesome. Are you done with that kit? Like the one behind you? Is it completely done?
I have all the pieces together. I have there's a couple pieces that Raimi has to do for us, which are like these foam padded things on the forearms and on the thighs. So they go underneath the armor, and it just secures everything tightly. Other than that, it's ready. We have all the pieces scattered. Like David Neth has a few pieces, Julio has a few pieces. I have most of the pieces, and Raimi has some pieces too. So we have to come together. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. I am experimenting with paints. That's all I'm doing right now. So David Neth was nice enough to take a spare rubber knee that I have, and he sprayed Imperiflex on it. And I have another one with no coating on it at all. And I'm just experimenting with different paints, and I'm having different effects on it. It's interesting. I'm probably going to use Montana paints ultimately on the Boba. That's what I'm trying to get to. But I'll probably start painting in about a week or so. We'll see. I just need to find time. But yeah, I'm getting anxious. I'm getting the itch to start painting. But that's it, though. I haven't really done anything. I've been kind of busy.
I know that you mentioned that you want to take your time on this kit, but I mean, are you going to give yourself any kind of deadline? Like maybe
Japan 2025.
Okay, so a year. I mean, that's
it's gonna be ready well before.
You heard it here first, folks.
It's gonna be ready well before then.
2025. Daimyo Boba Fett coming out.
When I built like tech and all the other ones, I wasn't trying to get a deadline at all. None of them. I just build.
But now, TikTok mother.
And if you saw the way Joe sanded things, you would know that he takes his time.
Oh yeah, I take my time.
You can't see my video, but it's a fingerprint size piece of sandpaper, and he goes.
Oh, you know, I got a tip from, oh my gosh, I don't even know where I found it. It was somewhere on Instagram, and it was for sanding like cosplay, like smaller cosplay objects. So like, you know, not like a giant chest piece or something, but maybe just like a knee or like a wrist gauntlet or something. It's a foot sander. It's a foot sander that you can get on Amazon. It's electric, so you got to plug it in. And it has these little sanding pads that are like, I think maybe like 300 grit, 400 grit. and bless you.
He's fishing in the dark.
Sorry.
And it just spins at like 10,000 RPM, and they're like disposable. So like you just like take, just like sandpaper, right?
Right?
But it's like this little thing that it's just like handheld, like
It's to get
I'd say
tiny
it's-
little areas.
yeah, like the sanding pad's probably the size of like a $50 or something.
Oh, it's tiny.
Yeah. So, but it's really good for like getting all the small detail parts.
All the nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
Dude, I literally would do what Brian was referring to is get a small piece of sandpaper and just kind of literally little tiny swirls, many little swirls over time.
I've seen it.
And you'll
I've
get
seen
there.
it. I watch you do
You'll
it.
get there.
Wax on, wax
It
off.
might take you a while, but you'll get there.
Brian, did you work on anything?
I'd say it's pretty obvious I haven't done anything but work.
He's like a talking
So-
orb.
I know. Yeah, it was that little ball. I am
man.
home, but I'm doing it.
Why aren't you on
Things.
your good rig?
Camera.
What are you
I'm doing 20 things. I literally pulled up to the house when the
Oh my
podcast
god!
started.
But that was like
so
an hour ago.
I have been gone for 3 days. So I
It's
have
like
things
that
to
orb
do.
when you go to the haunted mansion that floats.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
In fact,
I'm gonna have,
I got a dip for a second, but I'll be back.
And every
So,
time he talks, it moves.
carry on the show. I will be back later.
it's
I've been printing like a madman again on
Oh.
on my resin printers. I can't say what it is, but I can say that it's a costume piece for a company.
Oh, oh,
And man, it's just resin printing. Like I know I've said it before, but it's just
it's the way the future.
blows. Yeah, it just blows my mind, man.
so good, right? Details.
I have that 4 foot by 4 foot printer coming in. That's FDM.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That human size.
4 feet by 4 feet.
and like it hasn't even come in yet, and I already don't want it.
Oh,
'Cause I would rather just have a giant resin printer at this point.
A 4 foot by 4 foot. Can you imagine the
Oh.
resin vat?
Oh my god!
you imagine the amount of-
bathtub full?
Like a bathtub.
A bathtub
Yeah.
of resin.
God,
Just
that'd be
Joe dunking himself in there, and like he comes out like the guy in Dune. He just
Oh, I haven't seen it.
you saw Dune, the first one when the guy comes out of the
first
oil.
one. Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Emperor. Not the
That's
Emperor.
Joe. That's Joe in my resin printer.
Black resin, dude, just coming out all goopy.
Yeah, all naked.
Um, yeah, so that's about it.
4 by. What are you gonna build with 4 feet by 4 feet? Like a Millennium Falcon or what? Like
You could build the Dragon Ball Z pod when Goku comes.
could
or
build
when
another
Vegeta
house.
comes to Earth. You know.
My wife wants me to. She wants me to print baubles for the front yard. Christmas
Baubles.
stuff.
What are baubles?
Bubbles?
Christmas baubles.
Like
What are
balls?
baubles?
Yeah,
Like big old balls?
What are
Yeah,
baubles?
Big old
but she
Big
wants
old
them
balls.
like lawn ornament size.
huge. Yeah, huge. 4x4.
ball
Yeah,
ornaments.
So you're gonna do a hollow, I assume.
Yeah, she wants to put lights in it and stuff. Put it on the lawn.
Oh, cool.
Then it's a hot day in California and it just goes. Wow.
It's just gonna melt.
It
Yeah,
becomes a tomato. Yeah.
Damn.
that's it for me. I know there was stuff that I was supposed to open, but I didn't open anything.
That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Raimi.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, John.
Hey there.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
All right. As you can all see, Raimi is not here. This is Hunter's HoloNet News coming at you live. Bear with me; it's my first day. All right. So first of all, we want to give a big happy birthday to the maker himself, George Lucas, who celebrated his 80th birthday yesterday, May 14th.
Whoa.
Do you have the sound for that? years old. One song.
Ah, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yes. Right. Big thanks to at the Star Wars _ toy collector. Thanks to them, we have the leak of the upcoming Star Wars centric HasLab project. I don't know if you guys have been hearing rumors about that. It's basically a TVC HasLab Cantina.
Is it confirmed or still rumor?
Well, there's a question mark on this thing. It just says HasLab TVC Mos Eisley Cantina. There will be 2 options to order. Base option is $3.99 or deluxe is $4.99.
I think it got leaked.
It might be a leak. I mean, it looks pretty convincing. It's a nice big picture.
I don't know,
I mean, it
man.
looks like it's on the website.
After the HasLab that we just completed, the Ghost,
Yeah.
like Cantina though, really?
I mean,
Eh,
it's like a bar. You know, you could throw any scoundrel in there. I think it might be cool. Put a
I would've
bounty
rather-
hunter.
I would have rather had the Marauder.
That's coming, right? Is the Marauder coming?
Dude, I would not be surprised if they pulled a Marauder out of nowhere. No one else.
I don't know.
Or you know what?
Because I'd
I
be
know,
That'd be
I mean-
cool. It'd be cool.
I really just want, and this is something that everyone I think in the collectible action figure community has always wanted, is just give us a modular Death Star playset.
Oh, like give me a quarter of it.
Yeah.
Like
You
the
know?
hangar bay could
Like
be one option.
quarter. It opens up. Both sections have things on it. Multiple
And-
levels. Stairs.
And make it modular so that if you want to buy more and make an even
You add
giant,
to it.
more like a
Ooh,
bigger one, like
add another
you could do
section.
it. Yeah.
Ooh, that's big.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That's crazy.
That's
Damn.
dude.
That's a dream product.
If you're listening, Hasbro.
Modular.
Oh, like Austin Jaron says I should just print one on my 4x4
There
printer.
you go. There you go.
There you go, buddy.
All right. Lando show. This is what we know. Donald Glover has announced that his band Childish Gambino is going on tour, implying that
This is America.
any other projects, including any work on his Lando Disney Plus series show, will be on hold for the duration. So he's going on tour musically. So if that's happening, it was just put on hold.
I feel like they just made progress on that too.
Yeah, I thought they were both writing or something or directing. I'm not sure exactly what we had heard. Says the tour indicates locations in North America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and it runs through August 11th, 2024 through February 11th, 2025. Tickets are on sale now for the usual places. Also worth noting that Glover's show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, has been picked up for another season with Glover listed as an executive producer. So
I heard it's really good. I heard
even
it's really
if he's
good. I
not
haven't seen
starring
it.
in it, he's gonna have his plate full. Yeah,
I haven't
Did
seen
you
it.
watch
Have you seen it?
No.
I've seen it. It's pretty good.
I heard it's pretty good.
Who is it? It's Donald Glover and who else? Do we know? Off the top of your head? Nope.
I have to look it up.
Although I will say, maybe at this point, Donald Glover's just waiting until he catches up to Billy D's age before he starts
That-
shooting the show.
But how much older? What age was he during Empire?
No, I'm talking like his current age. Because at this rate,
Oh,
we're not getting a Lando show till
His
like
current age.
2060.
yeah. At this rate, you're right.
Maya Erskine is
Maya Erskine.
Erskine. That's the wife.
I'm
That's
sure if we saw a picture
Jane
of her.
Smith.
Okay, Jane Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good.
I heard
You-
good things about it.
Like I can't really tell you anything about the show without spoiling anything because
Mm.
it's
Is
a
it
spy it's a spy show, so it's
Any secret is the secret.
you don't have to have seen the Brad Pitt Angelina Jolie movie because
I like that movie.
They do explain
I like that
they
movie.
do explain the premise of how they can be different within the first like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Well,
There you go.
cool. Excuse me. So Disney Entertainment and Warner Bros. Discovery announces Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max bundle. Did you guys hear about that? The new bundle will be available for purchase for any of the 3 streaming platforms' websites and offered as both ad-supported and ad-free plan. So far, that's all we know about it. Okay.
There's like no pricing, like kind of.
As far as we know, there's an
decision.
ad-free and an ad-supported version.
That's such
Kinda
an
like what
interesting
Amazon does.
move.
It's
You never
huge.
really hear of competitors like proactively joining forces like that.
Well, now Netflix is doing the same thing, right? With another studio.
Oh, are they? I didn't hear that. Netflix and Paramount or something.
Was it Paramount?
Which other ones are there?
There was a big.
Peacock.
Peacock.
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
That might be.
I don't know.
That might be
Peacock.
hearsay. All right, moving
Oh.
on. So we have a new TV spot for Acolyte with some minor new footage, new lines of dialogue. I'm gonna it's a link. I
Oh,
can't.
you didn't.
do it.
You gotta send me the link so I can put it on the.
I gotta send it to you. Okay, copy. Sorry
This
about
is
that.
coming in live. The
Live
link
to you.
is coming
You're
in
watching it
live.
go from me to Steven.
Oh wait, I have the link.
Everyone.
There we
Oh,
go.
of course. You've had it this whole
Oh,
time. You said that for
Are we
nothing.
gonna
I have
watch
the
this?
news.
All right, cool. Oh, you do. You're right. Cool.
Here we come.
So
Here it
let's watch
is.
that right away.
Hold on.
In 3.
No,
2.
hold on.
I just saw.
No.
I wonder if it's the one that I saw at the trailer at the end of Phantom Menace, because I just watched Phantom Menace. And
Apparently, it's a new one. So if it's
Different.
the one yeah. Ooh,
Um,
here we go.
it already looks like the one from Phantom Menace.
So it must be because it's yeah.
And we're pulling it up. Those that are listening to the pod.
Yeah, those who can't see, Steven is meticulously grinding away at Twitter, trying to get this video volume to go up while it plays in front of our eyes with no explanation about what's going on. And it's over.
Oh, you guys couldn't hear that?
Nope. Couldn't hear anything.
My bad.
No audio. Yeah, no, we don't even have audio. The whole chat's like, no audio, bro. Anyway,
Mm,
we'll talk about it. So there's a very specific interest on Amanda. I'm going to assume it's Amanda. Amanda Stenberg's character saying, "I didn't do it," which hints that while are you putting it on?
Yeah.
That hints that while she may be the person of interest in the Jedi's investigation, there's something worse out there. Doo-doo-doo.
Someone is
There it
killing
goes.
Jedi. It doesn't make sense. She was my student.
I love the High Republic vibe.
Now she's a student
love
of the dark
it.
side, an acolyte.
Ooh.
Vibe on her.
I may be the one to bring her in.
Not the,
I didn't do it. Believe me.
Star Wars: The Acolyte, 2-episode premiere June 4th, only on
Yes.
Disney Plus.
is that what you saw, Joe?
No, not at all.
Oh, it's different.
No, we saw like a really long. It was a long piece.
So I'm so excited for the show. We haven't really spoken about it. My first love was lightsabers coming into this hobby, customizing, painting, adding to, removing, whatever. That's how I got into it. And I love that we're getting more Jedi now, because Jedi are not as cool as Mandalorians in armor, where you can kind of paint your own thing. And, you know, a Jedi is just a Jedi in like a bathrobe, as Brian would say, with a laser sword or, you know, a glow stick, which, you know, there's not enough respect on the Jedi's name. But I think this show hopefully will put a little bit on it. Should be good. And last bit of couple things. There's a rumor going around. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but word on the street is there it is. Sigourney Weaver. There it was. Sigourney Weaver is in talks for a quote unquote major role in the Mandalorian and Grogu film coming up that we are all anticipating. I don't
Star
know where
Wars
that
alien crossover. Hmm.
Well, I think she would fit right in to the Star Wars universe personally. She
She would.
Yeah, where is she? There she is.
I feel like
Love Sigourney Weaver.
could she do like a Ripley role or
I think she would
Or-
do like a
Could.
hardened general vibe or like a hardened.
Hmm.
I don't think it would be a.
So she's going to be with the bad guys. She's not going to be on the.
Oh, maybe she's a bad guy.
You know what I mean? Is she a bad guy?
Ooh, I never even thought about that. Yeah, I always consider her a good guy when I see her, but maybe she
Right.
is a bad. That'd
She
be
might be a
interesting.
baddie.
Baddie, but baddie. That
You know,
might be.
I could see her doing like fulfilling the role of Carl Weathers. I mean, no one can fill
Oh,
Carl Weathers' shoes. But,
Another magistrate.
Magistrate.
Somebody that like not necessarily has to partner up with Mando, but like provides maybe
Provides
like
sort of backup.
reinforcement
Hmm.
kind of thing.
Do we know the premise of this movie? Are they all going to after Thrawn? Is that what it is? Like
I
everybody's going after
assume,
Thrawn? Is that the
yeah.
assumption?
I assume.
It's
that
like
it's-
the
Well, at this
Avengers.
It has
At this
to do
point,
with everyone's.
yeah, season 4 is like Thrawn is in this galaxy now.
Mothma's cousin.
Bon Bothpa.
Bon Mothma.
There you go.
Mon and Bon hanging out. Anyway, I think she'd be a great addition to the Star Wars family, Star Wars universe. I'm now that Joe said she could be a villain, that really
That'd be good, right?
that blew my mind. Yeah,
You could see her with the
Yeah.
high collar, looking, in the ISB gear,
or
maybe,
she could
maybe, or
be
something. or-
masked and then reveal. Oh, what
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Not ISB, but
That
this
tripped
is
me out.
what this is first order. stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something, or she could
Something.
be like a like Steven said, like a magistrate type character, coming in to like reinforce and back up.
Dude, what I mean, all I see is Ripley and Alien, so she can do anything in space. She
Yeah.
can do anything in space, and it's going to be good.
She good.
She's
All right.
awesome.
What if she's a Mando?
You want to see her face, though, man. A high
Yeah, but-
caliber character or actor like her.
Bo-Katan's
you wanna
mom.
see-
What's
Bo-Katan.
What's
That's-
Sabine's mom's name? Did she die? Or is
Is
she
she
alive?
dead yet?
Oh,
I don't know if she died in the
might be onto something.
Purge, right? Did she die in the Purge?
Oh,
Ursa.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, there it is.
All
Thank
of
you, Seth.
Sabine's family was killed. Yeah.
Oh, they were all killed. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on before we all start crying. R.I.P. Sabine's family. Ahmed Best has gone on the record wanting to do more
Ahmed.
character.
Jar Jar.
It's Ahmed. It's Ahmed, right? Is it Ahmed?
Ahmed.
Okay, Ahmed Best. He's gone on the record saying he wants to do more of his character Kelleran Beck. Quote, I keep putting this out there. I want to do a Jedi John Wick as Kelleran Beck. And I don't even need to say any words. I just want to do 2 hours of lightsabers and people in the way. I really want to do something like that because the fight that I did in the Mandalorian is 1/10 of 1% of what I could do. And there's so much more. Quote, unquote. Unquote. So I think that'd be great. Personally, I liked Kelleran Beck for the whole 20 seconds or less we saw him. More lightsabers, big fan of that. John Wick, big fan of that.
He saved Grogu.
He literally saved Grogu.
Yep.
So
Lightsaber pencil. Just
A
is that why
tiny
you're
one.
laughing?
A little tiny one.
Oh, are you laughing because of? Yeah, okay.
Nate. The comments, dude.
All right then.
I could see it. Give him that role, and
No.
I mean, as long as he doesn't do the Jar Jar voice,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see it.
Anyway, that's it for Hunter's HoloNet news. Thank you, and come again next time.
We've done these 1,000 times, boys. You know what to do.
When have we ever followed orders?
Is it the Bad Batch review?
Well, that was the wrong intro, but hey,
Telenet News is
We're-
writing a report on you right now.
someone
We're-
someone report it to Hunter's News, HollowNet News. I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever.
we're gonna report back to Raimi.
It's okay, Steven. I know what it meant. So we're gonna review Tales of the Empire, right? We're gonna specifically episode 4, 5, and 6. So season 1, episode 4 is called Devoted. Former Jedi Barriss Offee is recruited by the Empire. And we'll also talk about season 1, episode 5, entitled Realization. On a mission to hunt a fugitive, complications change Barriss forever. And the last episode 6, entitled The Way Out, a shadow from Barriss' past catches up with her. Supervising director is Dave Filoni, directed by Saul Ruiz, Stuart Lee, Nathaniel Villanueva, written by Nicholas Anastasio and Matt Michnovitz. Is that how you say it? Michnovitz?
McNivitz.
Michnovitz. Okay, Michnovitz. Sorry, Matt. And then music by Kevin, Sean, and Deanna Kiner. So this is cool, man, because now we got some Inquisitor action. We got a lot of really cool stuff happening. I don't think, John, you've had a chance to view it, so I think it's just going to be you, Steven, myself, and maybe if Brian's around to talk about it. What do you think, Steven?
I know Brian liked it a lot.
Oh, dude, I loved it. This is awesome. Especially episode 4 was the best, in my opinion. But
yeah, I'll start it off if you don't mind, and I'll kick it back to you, I guess. But
yeah,
just like some high level stuff. I took some notes. I said that I think that the ending of the arc, so episode 6, I think that was my favorite part of the 3 episodes when they were in the cave. So there's the cave with the mirrors and all that. I just felt like it was such a beautiful interpretation of the Dagobah cave.
Ooh.
You what does Yoda say? You only take
with you
what you bring.
Right.
And like she's the Inquisitor is going in there to literally hunt someone, and she can't find it. Like she can't find not only the person she's hunting for, but she can't find a way out. Whereas the people that she's trying to save, Barriss, like they go in there just using it as a path, like as a pathway out. And I thought it was a really beautiful interpretation of how we get caves, like force caves or whatever.
Next cave.
Yeah. Let's see, what else did I write here? I think that seeing somebody that we had so much contempt for during the Clone Wars and never got that story finished, to get a conclusion here. Not only a conclusion, but like a beginning, middle, and end to the story. It feels very satisfying.
It's very complete. I know exactly what you mean.
Like it's not something that I thought that I even needed until I watched it. So I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at. I love the writing of it. Obviously, it's just harkening back to classic Clone Wars. The animation style is just it's so like it's so close now to not even looking like animation, like quote unquote animation, because
crazy good.
We were talking last week about the General Grievous scenes, and if you take away gosh, what's her name, the witch,
Morgan.
Yeah, if you take away the animated version of Morgan in those scenes, everything else looks like it could be in a movie, like in a live action movie. The forest, the fire, Grievous, the texturing of everything, it just looks like it's already at a live action quality, and now they're just stylizing the characters, the human characters.
There's a scene, to your point, in episode 4, right where the Jedi Temple is burning. So I love, first of all, I love the fact that we hear the sabers, which is, Anakin and Windu clashing, and the whole turn of Anakin, right? You kind of hear that sets the tone for this arc. Like it's okay. This is Order 66 about to occur, and so now Barriss is in prison. And she's like, looks and she sees the Jedi Temple burning, and she runs to the guards. And so we have D. Bradley Baker in the clone voice, right, saying, "Hey, settle down." She's like, "No, what's going on?" There's a close-up shot of her, Steven. You could see like the beads of sweat on her, and almost like I don't know if it was like it was just a super nice close-up shot. It looked real. Even though it's animated, it's they just have so much fine detail in this, and it's just getting to the next level. So it's exciting to see the animation continue and get better. Because if you watch like Bad Batch season 1, season 3 is so much better than season 1. And same thing with Tales. This version of Tales is just when you think it can't get better, it keeps getting better. So it's just really cool to see that detail.
I loved like how they brought in because this is essentially the Clone Wars animation style.
Mm-hmm.
But we're seeing Rebels characters in this style, like Grand Inquisitor and
Grand Inquisitor, dude, so sick.
Even Vader. Like I know
Vader
we've
amazing.
seen Vader and everything, but man, like when they do the close-up shot of Vader talking to the Inquisitors, and they're in that fortress, the water fortress.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When they show Vader and they close up on his mask, it's like straight out of Kenobi.
Yeah.
I can say I haven't seen Tales of the Empire yet. I plan on doing so now because, to be honest with you, I hate Barriss. I've always disliked her since the Clone Wars. I haven't seen the episode or the arc you're describing, but listening to you, I kind of want to go back. I want to watch it now because I feel like I don't understand a lot of what happened, but so far I hate her. She basically derailed Ahsoka's Jedi journey. And I don't know if we can forgive. I don't know if I can forgive her for that, but maybe watching this will help me. I saw someone put closure here, Steph. Maybe it'll give me some closure. I don't know because I hate her.
There's a part that and I feel the same way as you, John. Because like, yeah, she screwed up Ahsoka, and she, but I mean, not the character. She, you know what I mean. But there's a part and I don't want to spoil it too much for you, John. But there's a part in the 3rd episode, so I guess this would be episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that some time has passed, as they
Yes.
do with each of these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And they show, I want to say it's the 4th sister.
It is Lynn.
Okay, yeah. They show the 4th sister, and she meets up with Barriss. And so you can tell some time has passed. I would say maybe 5 years, 10, 5, anywhere between 5 to 10 years.
I think it's quite a bit. It might be like 10, closer to 10.
But the 4th sister, while the age that you can see on her is I guess it matches the time jump.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that Barriss has done, and it's made her age exponentially. And so when you see Barriss for the first time in that episode, you're a little confused, like the timelines aren't matching. Like, oh, this must be 30,
Like
40
30
years.
years, right?
Yeah. But then when you find out why she's aged so much, it's almost like I think that brought a lot of closure, like a lot of satisfaction, which is kind of weird to say, but I don't know. It just made me feel like that was her penance.
Okay.
And she made amends in that way. Yeah, you'll see it.
Okay.
Am I wrong, Joe?
No, I think you're onto something for sure. I think you're onto something. Now that I think about the aesthetics of everything. Is there anything else, Steven?
I think that was it for me. I just really, I need like 20 more episodes of this stuff, man.
Ah,
need-
it's so good.
I need more Tales of the Jedi. I need Tales of the Sith, Tales from Jabba's Palace. I need it
You know
all.
what this reminds me of? Do you ever do this? Like when you're eating like a really good meal and maybe it's like a piece of steak and you're like, oh, you're getting to that really good part, but you kind of put that last bite to the side and you eat everything else, but because you want that last bite to be like, that's the last thing on your palate. That's what this is. This is that amazing bite of goodness where it's like, oh, so good. I really liked episode 4. For obvious reasons, Steven, over 5 and 6. It's all good. The arc is great.
Yeah.
But just the way 5 started, like I mentioned, with you hear the sabers clashing, it takes you back to Order 66. Barriss is now broken out of prison because she was in prison when everything occurred, and now she's being recruited by Lynn, the 4th sister, to go be an Inquisitor. So I thought it was cool that they go to the Mustafar system. It's called Nerd. That's that water planet that we saw in Kenobi, where all the Inquisitors, that's their hangout. It's on the opposite side of Mustafar. It's like a moon, right? And so we see the base and it's being built. So it takes you back. It puts everything in perspective of where the Empire is at and how the Inquisitors are forming and their base is being created.
This is the Fortress Inquisitorius, I think.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And
Which
and
we
so
see in Kenobi, right?
yes, you
Yeah,
see it fully built there.
We've seen
This
it in
is being
Kenobi,
constructed.
and then we've seen it in Fallen Order.
We see it in yeah. And so now we see the Grand Inquisitor and this line that he says when he's trying to break her and get her into the dark side. He says, your Jedi skills make you predictable, right? But that same line shows up in the very episode that you like the most, Steven, when she's fighting Lynn at the very end, and she's like at another level. She's like Ahsoka level, ascended level. She should be carrying a yellow saber, let's just say, at this point. And because Barriss has redeemed herself, and she's barely just getting out of the way of this Inquisitor who's trying to kill her. And she's like, your anger makes you predictable. And she just throws this line right back in her face that the Grand Inquisitor had given her at the very beginning. So you see this full transformation. And again, I love Star Wars is all about redemption. I've said it in other episodes. Like, that's the best storytelling, is you see the redemption of these characters. Vader is the ultimate redemption story. And this is just kind of like little smaller glimpses of people being driven by ego, being driven by wanting more, being driven by who knows what, passion, falling to the dark side, and then realizing it's not about me, it's about others. And that's what happened with Barriss, which is cool.
And that was fresh. I'm back. That was such a cool. Barriss turned into an Inquisitor, and then it was I can't remember her name, but the
Lynn?
Inquisitor from Obi-Wan. Like,
Lynn, yep.
what an awesome tie-in. I was hoping we were going to see some other Inquisitors, but like, that was just brilliant, like, storytelling using that animation in a quick, I mean, the arc is 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. I mean, each episode's like 10 minutes or whatever.
It's like, yeah, it's super short.
So I don't know. I just thought the Morgan Elsbeth backstory was super cool, but using Barriss to like tell this like side story and to include her into an Inquisitor is just so cool, because it kind of just shows like where Inquisitors come from too. Because Inquisitors are cool, but like, where do they come from? What were they?
You see the origins. Yep.
Yeah,
dude.
Just
and then
awesome.
seeing how they have to like duel, like that dueling pit with the
Two
circle.
people enter, one person leaves.
Dude.
Savage.
Complete savage. You're gonna fight whether you want to or not. Or you're gonna die, basically.
Yep.
Did you guys catch the new clones that they had?
Black clones.
They're black, and
But they weren't.
their shoulder bells were a little bit more they're more angled. Like
They
right in
weren't
the
just
middle.
black. Yeah, they were like
They had
almost.
They had a black stripe with the
It was a yeah.
smoky
They looked like
gray.
they looked like 501st Legion troopers, but like black on black.
Yeah,
That was sick.
John's
sick.
like,
And they had
damn
like
it.
they had like 8 or 10 of them lining the
Yeah.
whole Inquisitor entrance. Oh, dude,
Yeah,
they
you're
were
like,
sick.
where did these clones come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have their own clones. That's how awesome
Yeah.
it is. They got their own clones. Yeah, those shoulder bells are pretty rad. I like them. They're pretty sick.
Loved it. Loved it.
Yeah. Oh, and then where was it? There was a scene where like the Kiners, man, there's like this violin solo at one of the most saddest parts, and you're like, you miss it because you're so enthralled in the visual and the storyline, but the music is in the back, and it has this like Russian violin solo thing kind of playing in the back. And I'm like, what is? I've seen it a couple of times, so I'm kind of all in these details now.
Was it the village scene?
It was in. I want to say it was in the second one, and it was, yes,
Yeah.
it was. It
In the
was in the
village?
village scene.
Yeah.
It was.
I
That was brutal, dude. That was
exa-
so violent.
I the same thing, dude. I was
cow.
watching that scene and I felt so cringy afterwards.
It was violent.
And then I realized that I felt that way not just because of what I just saw, but because the music was like the music was like twisting a knife in my gut.
And the little boy who wanted to look back, and Barris
Yeah.
turns his head saying, "Don't look back."
Dude.
Oof.
It's just
John, you
slaughter.
gotta watch this, man.
Dude, it is brutal.
Yeah, that part was savage, dude. That's super savage.
I'm like, this is definitely not a kid show. I'm not. I
Yeah.
would not show my little kids this one.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Hopefully, from John listening to us, he was going, "Oh, damn."
I think
That does
John. I
sound
think you're
cool.
gonna like it.
I'm gonna watch
You're-
it eventually. I just
Yeah.
haven't. It's not at the top of my list, so I haven't
Yeah.
given it a chance yet. Yeah,
Better be. Put it on top.
I'm gonna finish X-Men and then I'll watch it. Okay.
Star Wars, homie. Brian, do you have anything else?
No, that was it. I mean, I got back on, and you were talking about that arc. The Morgan Elsbeth story I liked too. It was cool to see that backstory and how
that's
they
the
tied
problem.
it into some big stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem for me. I'm not that really interested in Morgan Elsbeth. I thought she was cool in Ahsoka. She was
Yeah.
cool in Mando. She was cool in Ahsoka. I'm not like, oh my god, I need to know more. You know?
Yeah. Skip them.
Obviously,
Skip
it's about
'em.
her. You know?
You know?
Okay. And then Barris. I hate Barris. Obviously,
Yeah.
the story is pretty cool, and from what I'm hearing, it's worth the watch. So I'm gonna give that a shot.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like there's no appeal to me other than you guys being like, yo, give it a chance.
For me, it's Star Wars. I have an appeal for it. I don't. It could be.
Yeah.
It could be Prong Krell and his
It just
background.
depends.
And I'll be
I
like,
won't
I'm gonna watch it.
anything. I won't watch anything.
If it's Star Wars, dude, I'm gonna.
But if it's worth the
Well-
watch, yeah. But more like Morgan, okay, she's a Night Sister. The Empire attacks her.
I like. Her.
I haven't
think
seen
it's
it, but I
rad.
assume that she joins the Empire. They house her essentially. They give her a home, and she becomes powerful or whatever, and she helps.
It doesn't
them.
even really go into that
And,
part.
you know, maybe. See, I don't know, but that's essentially what happens.
Yeah.
She gets a Stockholm syndrome. Now she lives with them. Like, okay, cool.
You'll
You
get to it.
think you know. You
You'll
think
get to
you
it.
know, but you have no
Yeah,
idea.
maybe I have no idea.
Okay.
You'll get to
So
it.
skip that 3 and watch the Bear.
I'll watch them both, but you know, I'm
You'll get
just
to
saying,
it.
I'm just saying why I haven't jumped on it because it's not that appealing to me in general. But I will watch it.
Dude, I like it all. I like Barris.
Yeah, I'm not saying I won't watch it. I'm just saying it's not. I'm not dying.
Like
to-
I watched, and now I can see like the whole Mandalorian scenes with Ahsoka, and you see that scorched planet with Mandalorian. Now you know like
Yeah.
how it got scorched. You know all
Mhm.
that background. You know why that governor of that beat up town. Everybody's scared. You just know why now, and it's like holy
Okay.
crap. And because she's a witch, man. She
Cool.
just
It
knows.
ties into things she's done and her character.
It
so.
it fills all the gaps.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, Morgan.
I'll watch it.
She's a witch for sure.
she's bad. She's
Yeah,
she's,
she's a
She's
nice.
bad.
she's a baddie.
She's a, ba-
Right?
she's a bad witch.
And at the end of the day, too, it's the time. It's so little time. It's just not, you know.
My favorite sound from that arc is when she bangs the stick, her
Yeah.
Beskar. Her Beskar goes ping. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's almost not quite. That's maybe like a level 5. Level 10 would
Oh,
be
does it show where
Boba's
she
thermal
gets it?
detonator, just like bang. That'd be number 10.
Does it show where she gets the Beskar bow staff?
I
or
wish it
whatever?
did. It didn't. It didn't show that.
It doesn't show
It didn't show that.
Yeah.
Missed
But she has it
opportunity.
already, though. She shows up with it already. Like
There's
way in-
got to be a maybe in a comic or something that explains where she
Probably.
picked it up.
Yeah. So that's it for Tales of the Empire.
Tales of the Empire.
Okay, so you guys, so you're in charge. You're in charge of season 3 of Tales. What is it? What are you gonna do, John? Since you're so against this season, what is your perfect season of Tales gonna be?
I was gonna piggyback off your idea, which was the Tales of Jabba's Palace.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
like that.
I think that'd be cool because it's not anything specific. It's not like Jedi or this or that or clones or that. It could be any era. Could be pre-Jabba. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
There's
someone might have lived there before. I don't know.
one of the short stories in the Tales of the Jabba's Palace book was
How Jabba got the palace. I don't know.
was wait, was it? No. It was following Barquin Dan, the Bith from Return of the Jedi. And everyone thought he was the Bith from A New Hope, like from the Bith band. Turns out he's Barquin Dan is the cousin of Figrin Dan. And he uses his likeness to like piggyback off his cousin's fame. But Barquin Dan has a gambling problem and a spice problem. And so he gets really deep into like debt. And yeah, that's how he like ends up working for Java. And it's a whole thing. It's really
Wow.
It's a really amusing tale.
Yeah, I mean that would be more for a book or something like the sad story of whatever his name is, Barwin something.
Dude, here we go. Tales of Watto.
Tales of Watto.
I grew my wings today. That's episode 1.
racer.
No.
I thought you were gonna say Tales of the Bendu.
Yeah, I seriously do have Bendu. That would be. I want to know more about the Bendu.
Ooh,
for sure.
Or
Tales
Tales
of
of
Bendu.
Young Canaan. Between
between
the
Bad Batch and
Rebels. Because there was a comic series that came out where I know it's not canon anymore, but it briefly summarized him as a youngster kind of coming up from being found as a Jedi to being an adult. And and his mentor in the comic book was this alien dude that he didn't take his name, but he sort of like used his name as an inspiration for his Kanan Jarrus name because he was Caleb Doom. So he came up with the Kanan Jarrus name with him. But it shows him coming up and how he gets the ponytail. He puts the hair in the ponytail, and how where he puts the saber and everything.
How he does it? He just gets one of those little black thingies and twisties and puts it up. That's it.
He's
That's
like,
that
man
idea.
bun, nah. Ponytail, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I want to
it's
see
like-
how he and Syndulla hook up. Like, because we
that's
we
in A
started
New
watching
Dawn.
Rebels, and all of a sudden it's like
That's in A
love.
New
I'm
Dawn.
like, wait, you're calling him love?
That's in
How
A
did
New
this
Dawn.
happen? A New
If
Dawn
you've
is
read
what?
It's a book.
Is it in pop-up
It's
version? 'Cause
canon.
I don't read.
It's probably audiobook version.
Mm.
I know it's in a regular book version.
Mm.
So I assume it's an audiobook version. That is how Kanan and Hera meet.
That's cool.
And so if you're interested in that, you can check that out.
Have you guys ever watched oh gosh, what was that movie with
Done.
the young kid? He drives. He's like a
Episode
driver.
1.
No,
Anakin.
no. Brian, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian. I gotta look this up.
What?
Tales
Your
of
next
whatever.
season-
You fill in the blank.
Tales
Oh.
of the Driver.
Characters that we haven't quite seen enough of. Dang, I'm kind of stuck on that. I'd like to
Tales
see more
of,
Inquisitor stuff.
There's comics. There's so many comics.
I
Here.
know comics. We
Yeah,
already had
I
this
don't-
discussion about comics.
Hey, Grandpa, read a comic
Yeah.
book.
No, it's cool. It's cool for some people, but it's not.
You can read it online for free. You just do
It's
this,
That's not what I'm looking for.
and it changes the page. That's simple.
Oh, okay. I got it. You guys ever watched Baby Driver?
No.
Pocket Size
Never-
put Baby Driver in the chat.
Oh, really?
What's Baby Driver?
Yeah.
Baby Driver?
Baby Driver. It's
It's
starring
a baby that steals a car from a racer and it drives around.
it's
Google.
fun fact.
It goes,
Actually, fun fact. Ansel Elgort, the star of Baby Driver, was the leading. He was the leading choice to
did
play
you just-
young Han Solo.
Did you burp and hiccup at the same time? What was his name?
Ansel Elgort.
Uncle what?
Yeah, he was the leading choice to be
Sorry,
young
Hansel.
Han Solo.
And what happened?
Well, they gave it to.
They did, he
to
so
the-
he was number 2, maybe.
But it's got John Hamm, Jamie Foxx in it. It's like a heist movie, and he's the getaway driver. Like he does nothing except drive really fast. But I would like to see Tales of the Bounty Hunters, and then have
Which ones?
the ones that we never
5?
get to see.
The infamous 5 or whatever, infamous 6.
But have like each of the episodes be like their portion of like one bounty that all culminate into like the story coming together at the end.
I see.
I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool. I want to see tales of myself. Sorry.
I want to clean my gun and be alone with my thoughts. And I don't need to talk about anything else.
How you doing, Brian?
My AirPods died, so I have no mic. So good night, everyone. Thanks for listening.
I love how that's actual Thee's voice.
Really? That's all we get?
That's it. That's all we get for Brian.
That's all we need.
Sometimes that's all you
Sometimes-
get. You know
sometimes
that.
that's all you
That's
need.
the rules. That's how Crosshair does
It's
things.
been so long. Everyone's waiting in the chat, and then it's just disappointment.
It's been so long, and Brian had nothing to say.
He dropped the orb.
Yeah.
Aw.
Now he shows up.
On his iPhone. Oh
Well,
my
I think
God.
that's going to do it for us today. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this short episode. I know we started a little late, but man, we've got a lot of things going on. Got a lot
Thanks
of
for
things
hanging.
got a lot of things to prep for. Be sure to catch us at the Prop Swap in Poway, California. Did I say that right, Joe? Poway?
Yeah, is it in Poway? I don't think it's in the same place.
Poway,
It's at a new location.
California.
Oh, really?
It's at the
Yeah.
prop swap.
Go to Trooper Bay on Instagram. Go look at Prop Swap on Instagram, and you'll see the address. It's at a
It's in San Diego area.
which is Wales Vagina.
Wales.
It's in Kearney Mesa Road, San Diego.
San Diego. Great job with the news. Thank you. Thank you.
But the Dad Batch will be there, along with many other of our friends of the Dad Batch. Meganeth is going to be there.
Many, many friends.
Mangtastic Props is going to be there.
Steph is
Mark
coming
is
down. We're gonna get
be
to
there.
hang with
Steph's coming
Steph.
down.
Steph's gonna be there.
Yay, Steph.
Bunch of vendor homies.
There's gonna be a lot of really neat
Padawan
people.
Padawan Pins is going to be there.
A lot of stunt
Plan-
actors, the people you see on the
Planet
shows.
Camino. Dude, just come. Just like
TD Outpost. TD Outpost will be there. Armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
and we're giving stuff away at the Dad Batch booth.
Mm.
Mm.
Steven
Right, John?
likes to give things away.
So they
Are
say.
we?
So they say.
Anyway, it's only one day, Saturday, June 8th. 5440 Kearney Mesa Road, San Diego, California, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can find more info at the Great Prop Swap on Instagram and Facebook. Some special guests will include Judah Escalante,
Ooh.
Marcus Napuri,
Ooh.
Adashir Radpour,
No.
Michelle Lee,
Ooh.
Rory Ross,
Ooh.
Daniel Romero,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and
Everybody's basically going to be there. It's
Lauren
like a
Mary
mini con.
Kim. Many,
All
many,
the
many
Mandos
more.
and people and
like a-
makers.
It's like a mini con.
It's like a mini
it is.
mini maker fest.
Yes. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Well, if you enjoyed listening to the show, feed that algorithm and leave a 5-star review on your podcast app. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just subscribe down below, and you can be entered to win an Alpha Ignition helmet of your choice, casted by the Dad Batch and painted by our very own Tech.Bad Batch Joe Lara. John, will that also include a Helldiver helmet if they wanted? I mean, that's casted by you, right?
Possibly.
Awesome.
Helldiver.
You can follow
That's-
me at Stevie.Kicks on Instagram,
theme
sometimes X
song.
on Threads. I've been on Threads a lot this week, and
Dude,
if you guys don't know, there's some special stuff that Joe's been posting on Threads that he doesn't post anywhere else that I found
I don't.
out.
I post on different platforms, man. I just kind
No.
of I spread the.
And when I
spread
popped
this
open,
protein.
when I opened up Threads and I saw you were posting stuff in there that I hadn't seen anywhere else, I was like, oh, this guy.
Oh,
Gotcha. Oh,
Ah,
I
I
see
saw
what
it,
you're
too. I
posting,
saw it.
Shane.
3 days
that's
ago.
Shane.
4 days ago.
Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. Brian.
Sitting ain't easy. Right, y'all.
John.
Not on Threads.
Okay. And Joe.
thedadbatch.com.
Cool. And you guys can find Raimi at Pabu Frick on the socials. And I guess he would also say what? Dad Batch Pod? Probably.
He would. He probably would.
Dadbatchpod.com.
Yeah.
Thank you again, everybody, for listening to episode 92 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 93. And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.